Welcome, YouTubers, fellow survivalists, and preppers. I wanted to talk about something that a lot of prepper channels they don't talk about. What do you do when the grid goes down and you have a freezer full of meat? Okay? Now, what I recommend doing is when the grid goes down, before that meat goes bad, you need to salt it down, cut it as thin as you can, okay? Cut it in thin strips, salt it down, and slow smoke it to preserve it. And the key to smoking meat to preserve it is, don't cook it. Don't let the heat of the fire from the wood cook it. You literally want the smoke from the wood. You want the smoke to cook it, to preserve it. So make sure if you're using a rack, whatever you're using, and if you scrounge around, you can use a lot of things. You can use the oven rack out of your oven. But you put the rack way above the fire. And you use the smoke to get all in that meat. And it takes a long time. Okay? You want to get all the moisture and that's where the salt helps. The salt helps. Yeah, I know. I'm sleep deprived. I work all night, and I'm making these videos because if I can just get one person to survive a bad situation, it's all been worth it. Okay? So a lot of people, especially the older people, they store their meat in a freezer. Now me, I don't do that. I don't use refrigeration, but I still slow smoke meat, and I do that because I'm a hunter and I'm not going to waste anything. And I slow smoke the meat to preserve it. That way I don't have to keep it refrigerated. Okay? So just to give a quick review, make sure whatever you got the meat racked on is high enough above the smoke to where it's not getting a lot of heat from the fire. But you want it to get a lot of smoke. And of course, if you salt it down, that'll help pull the moisture out too. But instead of, an EMP, grid down, hurricane, whatever that makes you lose or just say your freezer just goes out. If you slow smoke that meat, you're preserving it. It won't go to waste. And I literally know a lot of people the price of food, that they have thousands of dollars worth of meat in their freezer. And if their freezer was to go out or anything was to happen to where their freezer didn't work, they would lose all that meat. Because let's just face it, a lot of people are like, oh, well, I'll just cook it. If you just cook it regularly, it's not going to last very long. But slow smoking it, that's the key. That'll save your meat. Now, that's what I'm going to do. Later on, when I harvest me a hog, I'm going to show you how I do it. But it's just really simple. But that's a great way to keep from losing all your meat. And if it's a grid down situation, that extra meat that you save could save your life. So the All American Prepper, stay dangerous, stay ready, and have a blessed day.